Hi guys, how are you today?
Hi.
Welcome to breakfast
What's
tea
up?
in the afternoon.
Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Like brunch tea.
Yeah, welcome to brunch tea. Okay, we have a
Oh.
lot. Okay, you guys, a lot to talk about. So much so that Rich Andrew is wearing his real pearls, and I'm wearing my fake one. Because we might have to touch our pearls, you guys. This is going to be crazy. Looking at him.
Is anyone gonna send me pearls?
Not
I
even
can send
fake
you
ones.
them.
Not even fake ones, Adam.
Yeah.
I can send you.
Well, you guys clutch your neck when we get to craziness in this episode, okay? There's a lot going on. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come in. We'll start out with the least thing that's important. Listen, Andrew. I mean, not Andrew. I call everyone Andrew. Listen, Adam. I know you're saying to me, hang on, you'll learn to love Wendy. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling her apology. I'm not feeling anything that she does. Her talking to her, trying to brown nose up to Giselle. I'm not feeling it.
So can I ask you a question then?
Yes.
You're feeling Rena life though, but you're not feeling Dr. Wendy Osefo?
I feel Rena.
No, Rent a Life. Karen Huger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her you dig. You dig her, but the one who's actually doing things in life, let's
Did you
bash
just
her.
call her a Rena life?
Yeah, Rent a Life, yes.
Andrew, what do you think about Karen?
Well, okay, Karen's an OG, and I've been watching a lot in quarantine. I don't know about you, but I've been watching a lot of the older episodes, and I just got to and I just look and I went, Karen, we made some choices, and they were bad fashion choices. But Wendy, I'm hoping she's a one and done. Like I'm hoping she's a one season.
What?
What? You want her
She's
gone?
not one and done.
I want her to be one of those one season wonders.
No, if they kept Robin's boring ASS and Karen Huger Rent a Life, then they better keep. I'll boycott Bravo.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And that's coming from me. That's crazy.
I know, I'm shocked. Like, touch the pearls. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Perry, do you like Karen?
No, I mean, no, not really.
Oh.
No, I mean, she's just. I mean, I don't think the husband like her. To be honest with you, I'm just saying.
That's fake. Do you really believe that, Rich Andrew? Their storyline that Ray doesn't like Karen. Do you believe that?
I feel like it's played up a little bit over sometimes. Like I think Bravo was trying to make a thing out of a thing that was like half a thing, if that makes any sense.
No.
Like they were really
I think. No, go ahead.
They played up something that was small. I feel like with that. That's what I feel like.
I think he's bitter.
For what? And Adam, why? Why would he be bitter?
Well, because she said in the previous episodes, she's like, oh, Ray and I were fighting because La Dame fragrance is getting so big and Ray imagined us retired in Florida by now. I really feel like he thinks like she's trying to live this thing up and trying to keep something up. And he's tired. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go have a cheap beach house in South Florida and live a relaxed life. And she's trying to keep up with the Joneses. He's done. He's bitter.
Okay.
I agree, Adam.
I think this episode was not that good. It was just a lot of it's building up. So I'm going to go over all of the boring stuff that we missed really, really quickly. I'm going to whiz through it because we've got some other real things to talk about. Okay, so I'm not feeling Wendy's apology. I feel like Candiace has totally prepped her to be on the show. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. And she overdid it. I didn't even like her apology. She's always talking about how many degrees she has. We heard you the first 20 times. We know you have 4 degrees. Anyone want to respond to that?
No, I can say this. Maybe she's really truly proud of herself, but some people get so too involved in themselves that they just keep sharing it to the world too much. Like
we already said we were proud of her. Okay, great. You have 4 degrees. That's cool. I have to hear about it every episode?
Yes, she's saying there's some speck on my name. Yes. She has an education. She's like, go on, Rent a Life. I got 4 degrees, 3 degrees, however many degrees.
Every
She has to brag about it.
episode, Adam. Every
Yeah.
episode.
Well, Ashley talks about her allegedly gay husband every episode. So
We'll get. I'm saving the best for last. Okay, and then what else happened this episode? Ashley just seems really down to me, guys. What do you think?
It's that postpartum depression.
I think she has postpartum depression. She's not herself. You could tell something's wrong. Or is it her marriage? I don't know. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so then they even said themselves that they were bored. It's really not much to talk about. So let's get a little bit into the heat. Okay, so people are going around saying that the whole Michael Darby scene was staged. They're saying that producers sent Candiace the messages and she knew to go get Giselle, and that this is all staged and possibly made up. What do you guys think about that?
It's plausible. I definitely think it's plausible. What about you, Adam?
I don't think that it's made up, but
I don't think it's made up.
Just being behind the scenes of some of these other Bravo shows and watching the producers and kind of seeing how they manipulate things, I think what happened was obviously Candiace got this information. She went to producers and said, how do we best do this for you guys to get the shot that you need? And the producer said, listen, we're going to have you walk out of the bathroom, act like you just got a new text message, because they weren't just sitting there waiting for her to come out. And act like you just got this new message, and then you're going to go take it to Giselle. Because also Giselle's had a problem with her the last 2 episodes. Why is she going to run to big mouth Giselle? She's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
You think the information may be real, but the way that it was delivered is totally staged.
Oh, that was total production for sure. Information was real. Production orchestrated how it was delivered.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that's going around today is that Ashley said that she could relate to Will and Jada's marriage. What does that mean?
Well, she has an open relationship, I guess. That's what it sounds like.
Did she just confess to us, guys? What does that mean?
It means.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it means that her husband likes to play with he-he's and she-she's, but I don't like guys and girls, and that's kind of an open marriage sort of situation. I don't know how to sugarcoat this and make it cotton candy. I'm not the gossip guy. Perry, take it back. I don't want this ball.
Perry, do you think that Michael has a wife and a girlfriend, as he admitted on the show?
Well, we know he got a wife, and we know he got a girl. A girl. Hold on.
No, boyfriend. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. I don't know about the girlfriend, but no. Yeah, he have a boyfriend and all that, and I don't think Ashley really truly going through postpartum, right? I think she's going back realizing maybe I shouldn't have had this kid with this guy. That could be a possibility.
Look at the Andrew face.
No, that's what I'm thinking at this point. If he's going wild, you understand? Well, no, I know the paper, but she still probably could have got paper. But now.
But that sealed her paper.
Well, I get part of that, but then she also is sealed that he won't be at home with her being a father neither.
Yeah.
He's going to be somewhere else. We'll ask Andrew where he'll be.
You know what I feel like? I wanted to say this before we go any further. Sitting on this panel is not an easy job, guys, is it?
Yeah.
No.
It's hard. A lot of people think they can do it. They cannot. This involves dedication, right?
Amen.
Perseverance.
Amen.
We are committed to telling you guys the stories, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I got my pearls here just in case. We are committed. We are committed team, and we are good at what we do. We find juice and we bring it back to the table. Isn't that what we do?
Are we
the best at it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we get
I feel like that's what you guys do.
Huh?
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Amen. It's a religion. Like, people think they could do what we do and they cannot do it. We break exclusives. Andrew, what did you do this weekend?
Well, so we all remember my friend David. No, David is not his real name, so please don't go sniffing like a little bloodhound here, people. So he has now given me permission to read off the text messages between him and Michael Darby off Renaman. If you guys see me looking down, that's because he asked that I read them off my phone and that we don't project them up. Okay, I have them already queued up.
Stop right there. So what you're saying is that what you said earlier, you think that Michael Darby has an alleged, we got to throw that in, Rent-A-Man.
Allegedly, yes.
Now, listen, I don't know if he has a Rent-A-Man or not. I might change my mind in the next 10 minutes after you read those text messages. But we do know this. Didn't he practically throw that baby into Ashley's lap and to tell her to get the hell on and go on and get on the trip?
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen to that, right? Adam, amen to that. He did throw the baby in. Did we know that Ashley's talking about he was at a strip club, okay? Saying that he has a wife and a boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just wanted you guys to know that before Andrew reads these next text messages. Go ahead, Andrew. Rich Andrew. We got to give him his respect where respect is due. Go ahead, Rich Andrew.
Thank you. First of all, let me say thank you to that. Okay, so the message goes, his name is called Aussie Bum 458. Pretty random name. Don't know why.
Who is that?
That's Bum or Bum?
Michael Darby.
Bum?
Michael Darby. That's it. You guys see why I have my pearls on? That's the name that he goes by, right?
On the website, yes. Now he has a faceless profile, and he goes, "How you doing, mate? Have you had a good day?" To my friend David, allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
And then he says, "How are you doing?" He goes, "Good. Does this date work? The of the 4th month of the 11th date. So 4/11." He goes, "Yeah, that works for me. Your place or mine?" And he goes, "I'll get us a hotel." Now he books the Intercontinental. He goes, "Does the Intercontinental work for you?" "Sure, that works for me. Do you mind also unlocking your private pictures so I can see them?" "Yeah, no problem." And then the next message reads, "Private pictures unlocked." Now, I think we all know what private pictures mean. Like,
yeah.
You might have to slow down. Look at Adam's face. Go ahead. What did Rent-A-Man say?
So he's unlocked the pictures now. Rent-A-Man has unlocked the pictures. David has unlocked the pictures for Michael Darby to see. Keep in mind, I am reading off the text messages.
Okay.
Then he goes, "Looks great, man. So hot." "Thanks, that means a lot. Do you mind if I see any pictures of you?" "No, man, I would like to keep that private for right now." Then he makes the booking. Now, then after the private pictures have been seen, the booking was made. He put in the hourly rates. He put in the time difference.
Well,
and
everything. How much is it? How much is it? Do you know?
Michael Darby's total came for $1,100 for the night.
Ooh!
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Thank you, Adam. Then after that, we moved down, and he goes, "All right, and then this is the day of. A couple days go by." Sorry, this is a little hard to say. I am a person too, so this is a little hard for me to say too. Then he goes, "All right, this is the room number. If it's okay, I'm not going to say the room number of the Intercontinental, but let me just say it was a suite." Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yet this feels so
It does feel a little wrong, but like Sharrell said, not everyone can do this. As he moves down, he goes, "All right, I'll be up in 5.
The messy boots? No, I'm just kidding. No, go ahead.
Then he goes up, and then he goes, "I'll be up in 5 minutes." David says, "All right, that's great. Can't wait." Then after it happens, Michael says to David, "That was such a great time. Hope we can do it again, mate." And that was their conversations.
Wow.
We can't put up the text messages. We decided to read them. Number one, because it took a lot for Andrew to get this story, okay? Number two, it makes sense, guys. Like, hello. But the thing that's still in question would be, is he allowed to have a boyfriend? Does Ashley know? What do you think, Rich Andrew?
You know what? Sorry, I need to clutch my pearls after saying that.
Let me clutch my pearls too. He has tea.
All right.
I love Rich Andrew.
I need a beer, and I don't even drink beer, let alone a tea.
Yeah. All right.
I'll
Do
be
it
sure.
one more time for me, Andrew. Do it one more time. Sip from your cup. You are hilarious.
It's a mint tea, so it's a little cooling.
Okay. Do you think Ashley? Wait. First of all, do we all agree that we think it's our opinion that Michael has a boyfriend?
Yes.
That's called Rent a Man.
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
not
can
a
call him-
boyfriend. That's a hookup.
Okay. Do we all believe that he uses this site to hook up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you believe Rich Andrew? You guys better not refer to him as Andrew. We got to put some respect on his name. Do you believe that Ashley knows about these hookups? Andrew.
Yes, I fully think she knows because, like I said, if they have a joint credit account, she has to see, and if she knows how much Michael makes, she has to see, why is there this? Why are there these charges? Why
Is there
is there?
$1,100 gone every weekend?
He could be
Why
using a
is there?
business account.
Yeah,
What's that?
but whatever
that?
he's doing,
Go ahead.
he said he could be using Adam said he could be using a business account, which is probable, but there has to be a couple slip ups. Once you start an affair, you get messier. You can forget to do which account. You can forget to pay with which account. You can maybe charge room service on your card instead of the room fee just to get it done. There's lots of different things. And
I have a theory. I think that before, maybe if this is all really happening, just like attach allegedly to every sentence so I don't have to keep saying it.
Oh, allegedly.
But allegedly. But if things were happening and Ashley does know of this sort of behavior from Michael, maybe they got to a place where now that they've had a kid, she's like, look, this has to stop. Like, if we're going to stay together, this has to stop. And he took this one opportunity thinking he was going to get away with it. And he went for it. And she probably knows about this behavior. She probably just thought that maybe he would be done now that they had the baby.
I have a different theory. My theory is that they would hook up, bring people into their bedroom every now and then, as long as she knew about it. My theory is she does not know about the Rent a Man. Okay, she has no idea, but she has a suspicion, and this is what's stressing her out. She really realizes that this marriage is not going to work, and to have a baby. And not only is the marriage not going to work, like, he's going to put all the responsibility of the baby on me. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Look, we can second guess this all day long. You can say, well, do you think she knew? She knew. It's not the first time. And it's been things on the show where he don't had incidents where people don't say, hey, something wrong with your man. She knew something was wrong with her man when she walking down the street and she see a man that's interesting and she looked, and then she catch him looking at the same guy. She knew something was wrong with him. Okay. Now, whether she think that he's dating a Rent a Man, only thing she know is he's dating some other man right now, regardless of where he's coming from. And I think at this point, like Adam said, maybe at this point she went with it for a while, and you're not too far off the mark. Maybe they did that in the past, but sometimes when you have a threesome, sometimes you want to go back to the twosome, and it's not happening. And that's why when she was having this little girlfriends night out or whatever, go ahead and go take the baby, stay for 6 months. He just wanted her gone because it's like a crackhead. He was going for it because maybe he was at home for a while and had to relieve himself in those 3 days, and he took off. That's what I think.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, pretty much what we have here is the classic case of Ashley Darby and Michael Darby were one twosome. Then he ended up going and getting a Rent a Man, which was a onesome, and then they became one threesome, which doesn't work for Ashley. So now they're 3 single onesomes because she can't put up with his back and forth bullshit. I can't say the rest of it.
Right. No, I got you.
Andrew, go ahead.
All right. Let me just say this. I think now I have friends who do, and they get prenups, and there are beard marriages, there are everything. But she should have written in her prenup, because if Michael Darby is the successful businessman, she should have put, if I give you a boy that extends your bloodline with your last name on it, I should clear $1 million in that prenup out of the gate. Just clear $1 million. Because
people do that? If I give you a boy?
Yes.
What are you guys, stallions?
You just really do that? You get that specific?
Yeah, if you get a boy, because a boy will extend the family bloodline. If he wants to expend a boy, which she gave him, that has not her name but his name, she should get. I know people, and it's very common where they clear $1 million in their prenup, and they can get alimony, but they still have that $1 million for extending the bloodline.
Let me ask you this, Rich Andrew, because you're our rich expert. Do rich people love each other? Like, is everything a business deal? Do you see what I mean?
It's honestly
everything negotiable.
Yeah, I do. It can be. And you know what? I know some people who, let me just say this, most people, they'll have, if you're of a wealthier class and you're in a wealthier tax bracket, what happens is you can meet your first wife maybe at boarding school or at an Ivy League, and you can do that. And then once that wife starts to get a little stale and a little, like, I don't want to use this term, but like day old bread to them, they will go and excite themselves by getting a 20-year-old or someone new, someone fresh. So and that's what Michael Darby did.
Well, so maybe, do you think Michael loves Ashley?
Maybe at one point.
Oh,
maybe at one point.
You can. Sure. People love their puppies. You can't not love the person, right?
Well, you can, Adam. You can not love a person.
Harry, does Michael love Ashley?
No, you know what though? I mean, I think maybe, like I said, I ain't been watching the show that long, but some people just meet somebody for a cover-up. Maybe he knew he had this problem for a longer time, but he had to have that for his businesses or whatever. But at midnight, when she went to sleep, he went out too. That's what I'm thinking.
So you're calling him her beard? That's what they call it.
Oh, well, I don't know what you call it. I call him a freak. So, I mean, we'll just keep it like that. I'm just saying, I mean, one or the other. You know what I'm saying? You can't, well, for one, you don't play with nobody's emotions. If Ashley was fine with him doing it, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a reason why he's trying to hide it. So maybe she don't know. Well, maybe she don't know how often he's doing it. Maybe he's telling her he changed his ways or something.
Do you think $1,100 is the max that they spend on these rent-a-men?
Probably not.
Jeez. Probably not. I mean, go ahead, Adam. Poor Adam. Look at his face.
No, what I'm thinking about, what's going through my head right now is we know the obvious, like Michael Darby is going to have a storyline every season of Real Housewives of Potomac with a potential cheating scandal where it could be him playing both sides of the fence or yada yada. But the real scandal here, Sharrell, is that your friend Rich Andrew in the top corner over there, why is he in cahoots with the Rent-A-Man?
Let me tell you why. Because anything that goes down in Potomac, Rich Andrew knows, okay? You even know where they live, right?
Yes. Arlington. They live right near the harbor of Arlington.
He knows people. Are you jealous? I know. I mean, it makes sense. Thank you, Rich Andrew. Keep giving us Potomac tea. I mean, these people are insane, and we're gonna reveal it every single episode, right, Rich Andrew? That's why we got our pearls ready to go.
Well, I mean, actually, we need him to investigate the pastor, though.
Jamal. Well, he was Jamal.
Yeah, because he's getting a scoop. They could visit the same site. We don't know.
Yeah.
But didn't they
call Rent-A-Man, right? That is so crazy. But didn't Dee Dee tell me something about Rent-A-Man? Didn't Dee Dee say, yes, you can rent a man?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can rent a man. But I also thought that you said that doesn't Jamal allegedly send out like shutdowns to anybody who mentions him?
He did.
Oh, I didn't know if that was still kind of.
It was just a cease and desist, and he didn't follow through with anything. It's a scare tactic that many people use. All right, you guys, let's start taking these calls.
And I said allegedly, anyway.
Yeah, can we just have that pop up on the screen like every 15 seconds? Allegedly. Oh yeah. Allegedly.
Before I start taking calls, we forgot to mention Monique. What did you guys think about Monique this week? It was a really boring storyline. It was so boring. Yeah, it was so boring. Yeah, we don't even need to talk. Go ahead.
Do you notice that they're bringing the husbands in next episode? I feel like they're bringing them in only because they're like, you guys, we got to do something here. This is like nothing's happening. We got to make this like spice it up.
Yeah, it was really boring.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready? We're gonna start taking calls.
Yes.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Hi.
We got to make this like spice it up.
Yeah. Paul.
Hi.
Hi. Can you turn your TV down?
Yes.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. And yourselves?
Okay.
Close his browser too.
Do you have your browser closed?
For YouTube browser on the top.
Okay. This is the first time.
Okay. What did you want to
I'm
sound
surprised
off
I got
about?
through, actually. Wendy, I want to sound off about.
Go ahead.
Oh, Adam.
Wendy drove me crazy.
I'm not
I
feeling
felt
Wendy
that she
either.
had some type of problems with Ashley prior to coming into the show, and she was not being honest about her true feelings. But she's supposed to be that chick. But if you're that chick, you should be able to speak your mind and not care who agrees or disagrees with you.
Preach. Andrew, did you guys want to respond?
Well, I just want to say that I feel like really quick that Candiace did, being friends with Dr. Wendy, she probably did give her the lowdown of how this works. Like kind of how Lisa Rinna did on Beverly Hills with Sutton Stracke. She was like, listen, you have to jump in there. And if you don't jump in there, you know, that's it. There's just, you're not gonna get a place. So I feel like Wendy used that as an opportunity to jump in there. I just don't necessarily agree with, it wasn't her conversation to be had with Ashley. That was a conversation she should have had with Monique. So that's all. I don't defend Dr. Wendy on that. That's it.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Adam.
Did you have a comment to respond to, Rich Andrew?
I mean, Paul, I completely agree with you. It's just, I mean, I hope, like I said before, I want to make sure that this is clear. I think Wendy is going to be one of those fun one-seasoners. Do you guys remember the twins from Jersey?
Yeah.
Twins from Jersey. Yeah. They were a whole mess.
I almost forgot, which I should have.
You've got to love Rich Andrew. Okay. Thank you, Paul, for calling in. We appreciate the call.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Later.
Rich Andrew's too much for me. He cracks me up. I love it. Okay, next one. Next call. Oh, hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm fine, and y'all.
Yes, hi.
Good. Happy Labor Day to you.
Happy Labor Day, y'all.
Let me ask you first, Andrew. What do you think about Rich Andrew's exclusive information on Michael? Do you think it's true?
No, I don't. It's not that I don't think it's true, but I think that when you learn that a person is gay or bisexual, you can throw anything out there about them, and it will be believable. Because once people know that that you're gay or bisexual, it's easy to throw anything out there about them, and people will automatically believe it.
Does his behavior seem like Rinna-manish?
It does seem Rinna-manish to me. Okay, so I wanted to sound off on three things, right? I think that people forget. I'm like a Real Housewife encyclopedia, right? I know everything about the show.
Her story.
One thing about Ashley that I think people forget is Ashley is bisexual as well. In season 1, she admitted that she was bisexual as well. So to her, it may not be a big deal that Michael is bisexual or having sex with men on the side because she doesn't have a penis, right? We also have to remember that Ashley grew up dirt poor, right? They had to rely on food from the church. So why would she leave a millionaire just because he cheated on her when she doesn't have nothing to go back to? She can't go back home with her mama and that man because the man didn't even want her there in the first place.
Wait, okay, Andrew, okay. This is a lot. You got a lot going on here. You're saying just because she's bisexual too, she feels like it's okay for him to keep cheating on her?
If they're both bisexual, what can they, you know what I'm saying? They're both bisexual. She likes the company of a woman. He likes the company of a man.
Are you saying that bisexual people can't be faithful?
I'm not saying that they can't be faithful, but she can't, I don't want to say the word urge because it sounds predatory, but if he wants to sleep with the man, there's nothing that she can do about that. If they both are two bisexual people that are married, what could you do? I mean, there's a way that she can't satisfy him.
I'm gonna gonna let Perry respond to that one first.
I don't know. I mean, I know one thing you can do. If you ain't happy with it, you can divorce somebody.
Well, and another thing though, in their marriage, in their prenup, the prenup was that if they got divorced before 5 years, she would get $1 million off top. And it was after 5 years, she would get half of everything. So that was the prenup agreement between Ashley and Michael. Another thing is, I don't see what y'all are hearing. We only heard Wendy. I think that once we saw the trailer for the season, we never really, and we heard that Wendy was going to use her call me Dr. Reed. We only heard Wendy talk about her degree one time. 4 times on the show, but one time she used it to belittle somebody, right? So she talked about it when she introduced herself. She talked about it when she talked to Robin. When she talked to Robin about the
Wait, Andrew, let me speed this up. You're saying that she doesn't throw the fact that she has a degree in people's face.
She only did it one time. When is the other time?
You're just making excuses for her, Andrew.
I'm not. She spoke about it when she introduced herself. She spoke about it when she told Robin that she make her kids read her degree, and she told Ashley to call her doctor. She only used the degree one time when she said that she has 4 degrees. But Ashley, the thing is that Robin and Giselle both use their degrees. Giselle told Monique that she sounds like trick trash, and she doesn't because she's educated.
Look, I gotta interrupt. Go ahead, Rich Andrew. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to say back to one of your first points that you made. As I don't know about you, but for me as a gay man, I've been in relationships with people who are bisexual, and they typically have been faithful. In fact, I found bisexual people are more faithful than gay men in my experience. Other gay guys might have different experiences, but also I do want to add real quick, as gay men throughout history, we have been labeled predators and perverts, and that's where I understand. I mean, once you put that gay, and then you can put a pervert, a predator, someone who's just someone, you can put a derogatory name of someone who preys on people. If you put that in front of a gay word, like the word of gay, does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It makes
it so much easier for people to believe anything about you once they know that you're gay. So I'm saying all of the butt grabbing with Michael, with no evidence, everybody will automatically believe it because they think that he's bisexual or gay anyway, right? Everybody believed that Michael said that he was so.
But in my own defense, Michael acts like a cheater. He just does.
Yeah, he acts like a cheater, but the stuff that they said about him on the show has been unwarranted, right? You mean to tell me that Robin was drunk and she said that she thought that she heard that Michael said that he would give fellatio to Juan. But Sharrell, if you had a husband named Juan, you would know for sure if you heard Michael say anybody named with a J. Any name with a J, you would have been alarmed, but she's saying that she thinks she heard it, and everybody just went and rolled with it. I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but I'm just saying a lot of times, a lot of people don't have a lot of facts on Michael, but just because we think that he's gay, they'll say things. They'll say stuff.
All right. I appreciate your call. I got a long line tonight. There is truth to what you're saying. He's just been labeled a freak, with a high sex drive. Let me put it that way. Thank you for calling in, Andrew. I appreciate the call.
Bye.
Andrew.
What were you going to say, Adam?
No, I was just going to say that I agreed with him up until that point. I always agree with Andrew because he takes my side on Dr. Wendy, but I agreed with him up until that point about Michael Darby, because if the women are that evil to make that up about him and try to go after a family when there was nothing behind it, just because they think that he's bisexual or something like that, I think that's ridiculous. I think that there had to have been something that was heard, and then they went from there. But then again, none of us were there, so what do we know? And it wasn't caught on camera.
I'm saying this, it could be possible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because people get blamed if you're black and who robbed me as a black man, then they might believe it. Whatever. But I'm just saying that typically it could be right. But I'm thinking at least half the stuff he's been accused of probably true.
No one's gonna go around accusing you of all of this stuff for absolutely no reason. I believe it. Put it on top. Rich Andrews information. Michael is a cheater.
Don't they say where there's smoke, there's fire? Isn't that the saying?
Yeah.
Let me take another call. We got a lot of calls tonight. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hey guys, how you all doing? I was not expecting to get picked second. I'm so happy. I don't the Ashley thing. I think what I'm most disturbed about Ashley is the first 2 seasons. And I know this is going back. She spent a lot of time bragging on Robin about being weak for staying in a relationship with Juan when it was some issues of infidelity. And this season, all of a sudden, she wants to share that they have this open relationship. But I think it really is strategic in her right, because she's trying to cover up that she doesn't want to leave because of the reasons that were expressed. She doesn't have anything to go back to. She's poor.
So you're saying
But
that she knows he
is a sign
cheats on
of
her?
weakness.
You're saying that she knows he cheats on her?
I'm saying that it's convenient now that she's want to share that she's in an open relationship after bragging down on Robin about being weak and staying with the man who treats her like dirt. And it was based off of infidelity. So now she wants to just clean it up and say, we have an open relationship. And I mean, and then it also clears up the fact that Michael is running around town giving it up. So at the end of the day, it's like, you can't clean this up like this. You need to explain, are you this woman that you were claiming Robin to be?
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Amy, and then I'll have to move on. If you were Ashley, would you leave Michael?
Hell no. And I'm being honest, because I mean, this is the thing, but that would make me not say nothing to Robin. That would make me be quiet. If you know that you live in a house with bones coming out the closet, you don't go around calling other people weak. When you know damn well if this man cheats, you're not going anywhere. And I get it. I mean, you want to live nice. I get it. But don't be that person to be looking down on other people when you do the same things yourself. I'm just saying. That's all.
I really like that.
Powerful. It's powerful, the things that you said. Very, very powerful. Thank you, Amy, for calling in. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't hear her. Yeah. Powerful stuff. Powerful. Jamal, sound off. What did you want to talk about?
I'm going to start with, hey guys, I'm going to start with what Amy just said. I agree with her about what Ashley did with Robin, but there is a stark difference. The difference is this. Robin wants her family together. Juan did cheat on her, but Robin is, the reason why Ashley's probably saying Robin is weak is, why would you run behind a man and beg him to remarry you after he's cheated on you? That makes no sense.
So you would call you think Robin's weak?
No.
Rich Andrew, what did you want to say?
Okay. Just for one thing, have we all seen Juan, right? Like, we've all seen what a beautiful man he is, right? Like, let me just say that for 1 second. Like, we've all seen that he's a beautiful man. Like, whew. And I think, having that comfort of someone who is the father of your children, a gorgeous man, a person who you spend a lot of your life with and who you feel comfortable with, that means something to someone. And you know what? Maybe Robin is one of those people who something like that means something to her.
What do you think about that, Jamal?
I mean, I get that Robin wants her family together. I understand that, but to the outside logic, to me, from a logical standpoint, if I'm looking at Robin and I'm like, why would you, even if you want your family together, why would you run after someone who cheated on you? What makes you think they're going to change their behavior? And then the second part, I want to talk about Michael and Ashley. I think Ashley knows. Let's be honest. She knows what's going on. Because when you get married, you know what you're marrying. There's no way you cannot know. So what she did,
that's not true. Haven't you seen that show, Who Did I Marry?
In his situation, you have to know what you're marrying. There's no way you really do not know.
Okay.
I don't believe
Jamal. But what if
Robin to secure the bag?
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this real quick. But what if Robin knew Juan
I'm getting feedback
before they got married? Huh? Can you hear me?
I'm just getting a lot of feedback. Now it goes in and out.
No, I was saying, okay, you're saying that the difference is Ashley knew her man was cheating before marriage. I mean, when they got married or whatnot. What if Robin knew Juan was cheating before they got married too? So, but for her to call out Robin for being, weak for chasing him, then the same thing would be is her being weak, knowing he's cheating on her and she's staying with him. In my mind.
Right, but didn't they got divorced behind infidelity, correct? Am I understanding their storyline correct? They got divorced because he cheated.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay,
lost.
so my thing is this: doesn't it make her look kind of weak is a bad word, but kind of desperate to chase after a man who cheated on
Damn.
you? I mean,
Damn.
that's just
Are
that's
you
the
talking
point of view
about
I
Robin?
take.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it. I don't
Jamal, I'm
think
gonna
it.
have to drop you. We're having a hard time hearing. Okay.
But since you're
No
dropping
worries.
him, can I
I mean, you
piggyback
got
on
the-
his thing?
Okay. Go ahead, Adam. You want to say something?
Well, I just wanted to say I don't think, almost like the people go after the whole Giselle over getting back with Jamal, if that is a real storyline and in fact not a fake one. But the only thing I have to say is if kids are involved, I think it changes the game a little bit. I think it's harder to walk away from a situation when there are kids involved.
Thank you, Jamal, for calling. I appreciate the call. Bye-bye.
Later.
I really couldn't hear him that good.
I imagine they do have kids though, right? So
Yeah, they have two. Yeah. So
go ahead, Andrew. What were you going to say?
I think, honestly, in the way I was raised, and it could be different for someone else, but I was raised, if that is the father of your children, like, maybe try to get back together. That is the father of your children. Like I said, like, there's problems in a marriage, and you know what? If a marriage is really not meant to be, they would have never gotten back together. They would have not gotten this far.
Cheated on her so many times she lost count. The rumors going around that he's the father of another baby. There's just some people you need to let go of, and Jamal happens to be one of them. What do you think, Adam?
Well, when Andrew said that the way that he was raised, I was about to be like, oh, hell, well, none of us are going to be able to understand that. But once he took that direction, I was like, okay, I get it. But no, I just feel like, again, my parents collectively have been married over 11 times. So I think that I've seen divorce and I've seen marriage and I've seen people stay together when they shouldn't. And I just think family dynamics change everything. And it's you can't explain it. That's all.
Perry, should Giselle get back with her cheater husband?
no, I mean, no, she shouldn't.
She shouldn't.
No,
I don't think they should get back together either. But
yeah, I mean, and also too, I mean, he could be renting. Okay, let me move on. Hold on. Let me move on. Okay.
Giselle, you almost made my pearls fall off. Ooh.
no. But the reason why I say she probably really shouldn't get back with him, because I think he's just gonna keep repeating it. If he did it in the past and he can find some way to stop, I don't think he's gonna stop. So
and don't forget the fact that the kids hate him.
well, and then it's just gonna make her look worse when everybody find out he did it again.
Yeah.
Again. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, why put yourself through all that?
Hi,
once a
Jessica.
cheater, always a cheater.
Hey.
What did
Hey.
you
Okay, so what I wanted to say was, number one, I don't know if y'all remember this, but on season 1, Ashley was talking about how they got married and all that other stuff. She had the ladies to the lake house or the beach house, whatever. And she was all like, we about to go to this drag show. Michael and I love that drag show. It's fire. I don't know any straight man. Like, nothing against anybody who's gay, but I don't know any straight man who's like, girl, Jess, let's go see this drag show. But they're also like my boo or my man. So that had me like, I already knew that she was bisexual. So I'm like, maybe they have an open situation, which is fine. If that's their life, that's their life.
Simon Van
And also
Campen from Real Housewives of New York. That house husband would have definitely went to a drag show. Just saying.
Okay, well, there you go. There you have that. I don't know many of them, but all I'm trying to say is, honestly, if they have an open relationship too, that's really their business. Yes, they're on a reality series, but I mean, that's their business. And Ashley could come out and say it, but Giselle could come out and say something about hers as well.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Jessica, but if they had an open relationship, why wouldn't they just say it?
I personally feel like Ashley's probably just like, listen, some stuff is not as accepted by everybody. Like, what if, all right, so the main reason I think she ain't say it is because her mama doesn't know.
Andrew,
and you know, her and her mama like really, really close.
What she's saying. You've talked to the Rena man. Do you think Ashley knows?
Okay, so now he knows people who's also been in contact with, like who Michael Darby's also been in contact with, allegedly. Gotta protect our butts here. And he said, he only went to me a couple of times. He has gone to other people many more times. And I think at that point, when you get closer with someone, instead of going through the Renaman site, you might go on the contact on their phone. He might have a separate phone. He might have something else that it's just, she has to, there has to be some inclusion into her head. Something has to go off in her head and say, something's not right here. Something's not adding up. I think there has to be.
And I think that I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, Rich and Drew.
Oh, no problem.
I really honestly do think that that she's aware and that he has a boo on the side. And I honestly think that she does too, but she's much more discreet about it.
What? You say
because let's just be real.
No, Jessica, you gotta slow down. You think Ashley has somebody on the side?
Listen, okay. Men agree. Women are very, very smart, and we know how to keep things together. And I think that Mike is he's just a little loose. He's a little loose at the fingers, loose at the lips. His actions get away from him when he had a little too much to drink. So, and the other thing I wanted to say too was Andrew said, not you, Andrew, the other Andrew, he said that there was no warrants to why anybody would think that he's going around grabbing butts, but he said it himself that he does it. And he also did it in season 1. We saw him, like we saw you do it, and you said you did it. But don't act like you didn't do it, like we saw it.
I mean, interesting take. I mean,
I think
you just described a freak show, and it's probably true.
It makes sense. It's kind of a modern dynamic. And just to kind of piggyback off of what Jessica said, I see a lot of that in Los Angeles. It's like where you'll find a married couple. It doesn't matter heterosexual or homosexual. And they're together and they have a strong foundation. They go out to these events and they put on, but then off to the side, they have their respective partners. And they just know the partners aren't allowed to come back to the house. They're not allowed to, they always have to keep like an open line of communication when they go hang out with that other partner or whatever. But
rules.
They do have something like that. And it's just under wraps because she doesn't want the women to rip them apart.
That's crazy. Yeah. Listen, Jessica, thank you so much for calling in. You really put an interesting spin on things.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Adam, let me just
have you ever thought about having an open marriage with your man?
Oh my God, I would never. First of all, I'm such a germaphobe. I don't even know. No. People can't like. I would no. No. No, I have working in West Hollywood in Los Angeles. It's like it's like the gay capital over here, and especially has the biggest gay bar called the Abbey. And walking through, my fiance and I both worked on this strip, and you have people who. Everyone's always wasted. It's like it's Mardi Gras all the time for the gays, and they grab onto you and they pull you. And I've just learned to my reflexes are crazy.
Andrew, Adam, would you have an open marriage?
No, Adam, I would never. Adam, have you ever been into a club and someone grabs you and you have no idea who? That is such a common thing. People will touch you in places that are not acceptable to touch in, but because you're in a cesspool of human beings, they're everywhere and you're packed in sardines, people will touch you in places that you do not want to be touched in.
Well, we had, where I worked over in West Hollywood, we had suspenders. So I had one time this person come up behind me and pull my suspenders up so hard, thinking it's cute to kind of give you a wedgie. And I turned around and I was having a really bad day. I was having family issues and everything, but I was like, I'm literally going to face palm you into the wall if you touch me again. But it's just people, it gets ridiculous. You get a lot of drunk people, and especially in the gay community, everybody's and this isn't bad. I can say this, I feel I'm gay, but everybody feels like they're allowed to touch you. And I hate that crap. I hate being touched.
Let me take another call. Hi, lady.
Oh.
Lady O.
Hey again, Adam. How are you? How's everyone? Hello.
Good. Sound off. What do you think about?
Okay, I just told him because the conversation is interesting. I want to respectfully disagree with Andrew G. The reason I don't think that Michael was scapegoated. I think if you also remember that same episode, they were all really drunk when that happened, which is the reason why they couldn't be 100% about their allegation towards Michael. Yeah. And also, I think they were trying to avoid a lawsuit. I don't think that 99% of the people there thought that was a false accusation. And also, like the caller before said, he pretty much admitted that that's his thing. I also wanted to say about comparing Robin and Juan is completely different from comparing Giselle and Ashley. Ashley and Giselle married for money and image and financial stability. And I think Ashley knows, she's always known, this she felt probably would be able to keep concealed in her marriage. And she didn't think the public would find out, but her husband is sloppy. And remember, Robin and Juan have been together since they were 16 and they were high school sweethearts, which is probably the reason why they held on to their marriage. So I don't think she's weak. I think maybe I wouldn't do the same thing. I think we can understand why she has a strong foundation with Juan versus the other two relationships. Yeah.
I think Rich Andrew agrees with me.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
To a T.
To a T.
Yeah. Absolutely. Also, just one little side note. Maybe Ashley and Michael, they need to switch networks. They should go to the Learning Channel. And do you remember that show that they had called My Husband's Not Gay, or like My Husband's Not Gay? They should go into that show and dump the house.
Well, technically, isn't she? I mean, wouldn't they allegedly both be gay if they're both bisexual? They're both.
There you go. You're right.
Both LGBTQ plus friendly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that the issue is more of him being a creeper outside of his marriage versus him being bisexual. We always knew that both of them were bisexual. He always had smoke, always had rumors in the streets about sexuality. It's just that he's being so disrespectful by being blatantly open about his promiscuity with other people outside the marriage. Whether it's a woman or a man, if you butt squeeze me, if you tit squeeze me, it wouldn't matter. He would still have a scandal behind his name. And that's my opinion, at least.
Go ahead, Adam.
Well, I was just going to say too, and you said this earlier, but I think there really totally is. Andrew said it's different in his experience, but I think there totally is a stigma of when you have someone or a couple, someone's who are bisexual, because I think that when you're walking down the street, you think that this person is looking at the men, the women, that you think that they're looking at everything that walks at this point, and that just simply isn't always the case. So I think now the fact that Michael Darby and Ashley have both been labeled bisexual, allegedly because of themselves, I think that he always is going to look like the creep. He'll always be the creep. He's just been labeled as that.
Thank you, lady, for calling in. I appreciate the call.
No, okay, take care, guys. Bye.
Take care.
Listen, you guys are just describing to me one freaky germ fest situation to me. Like him sleeping with random men on the weekend, that can't be sanitary, is it?
No.
No.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Can I tell you just an example of how like weird and stuff it gets out here? They have a little nightclub, a gay nightclub here in West Hollywood, where they have it's like a game for all of the people who come into the nightclub at night between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning. Everyone sends in a photo of their package, and the package that's who voted like nicest package gets to sleep with the winner of the drinking contest.
I cannot.
As a germaphobe, I would be like,
I cannot.
No.
Listen, guys, we got one more question. Go ahead, Andrew. What were you gonna say?
I mean, hookup culture is real in the gay. Hookup culture is real in the gay community, and it sounds like Adam's not into that. And I'm certainly not into that. I'm looking for Mr. Right, not Mr. Right now. And I think Michael, he needs to set his priorities straight.
Yeah, that's gross. Last question. Here we go. Hi, Nia. How are you?
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh my God, I can't believe I got through. I always watch you guys. I work from home and I literally cackle at my computer. Like I hardly get any work done. Real quick, Adam, you look like a Disney prince. Whatever you're doing to your skin, keep doing it.
Wow.
Carrie, you're the man. And Sharrell, you're gorgeous. Andrew, what's up? Okay. Real quick, Giselle needs a life. She needs to really get a hobby. Maybe start by like redecorating her home. It looks like the Bad Girls Club. Like, what's going on?
That's exactly what it looks like.
Literally looks like the Bad Girls Club. Like, what's happening? And the way that she was so excited when she heard the news from Candiace, I was like, oh, Like, get a life, lady. Like, get a life.
Giselle is just the only person who likes her is Perry, and Perry's a
Which I
weirdo.
don't
anyway.
understand, Perry. What's going on with
No,
that?
no, no, no,
So
no.
she's
Listen,
beautiful
listen.
and he's straight.
No.
Okay,
no,
she's
no.
beautiful, but she's a mess.
No,
Other than
You
her,
get to hear me out. You get to hear me out. I just started watching this show about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
It's no excuse.
Okay,
She's
and then
no
no. I didn't know her, but I thought she was pretty. And then I thought she was pretty stupid later. Then I started a little bit.
No.
You said she's pretty, but pretty stupid.
Yeah, so I had to back up a little bit.
100%. The looks she was giving Candiace across the table, like, ruin this girl's life. Ruin this girl's life. Come on, do it right now. Do it on TV. I was just like,
Giselle. And if you guys look at Giselle, and like Perry said, she's beautiful, but she makes herself ugly because she's just
she's
so.
roasting it inside.
Yeah, she's a mess.
In that forehead comment, honestly, I thought Ashley took it with a lot of grace, but I just thought that was like, I was like, imagine just, again, respectfully, because kids are totally off limits, but you never want somebody saying that to one of your kids one day and making them feel awful. Why would you say to somebody that they have the biggest forehead ever? Like, you don't say that. That's terrible.
It is a little large, though, Adam.
Yeah, but you don't point it
God,
out. She knows that. You don't think she walks around with that little 5 head of hers. She knows.
Honestly, I'm East African, and we all have big foreheads, and East African girls are pretty AF. So,
well, listen,
yeah,
Ian,
I think
thank
she's
you
so
for
cute.
calling in. I really
Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Hey, take care.
Bye.
listen.
I really liked her.
As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I am loving Rich Andrew being in Potomac. You keep your ear to the ground if you hear anything, Rich Andrew, any inkling of anything, because I believe Michael does the Rent-A-Man thing. That relationship is twisted and possibly German-fested. I mean, it's like... Go ahead. What were you going to say, Andrew? I mean, Adam.
Well, I just feel like Rich Andrews only respectfully, I say that all the time, like allegedly, is only going to be able to keep up with one Real Housewife, because if Rich Andrews in Potomac, and you have to be rich to be in Potomac, then all the rest of them are in Baltimore. He's only keeping up with Monique. So we need a broke Andrew too in Potomac.
Wait, what? That is all the same area. He knows what's going on. Okay.
Oh, okay. And listen, I'm just trying
town.
to. I don't want to cut corners here.
You
Okay?
are representing the middle class. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Little lower to middle
Adam.
class. I'm down here. Andrew's up there.
Well, Perry's broke. Did that help? If that helps.
Yeah. Me and Perry will stay down here. Try.
Broke Harry. I broke Perry. What do you think about Ashley and Michael's relationship? Isn't it a farce?
You know what? I mean, after listening to everybody, like, this is what I'm really starting to figure out. If both of them, she's bi or whatever, she was fine with it. Everything's fine because, like they said, like Jamal said, she have no place to go back to. And if they got this, you make X amount of money and all this, she liked living the way she is. Wow, but the problem she's having is everybody knowing it. It's okay for them to know it. Like, nobody knowing she's sleeping with some other female, right? But they knowing he doing what he doing because he's all out in the open. Yeah. But if they didn't know, she'll be fine with the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Go ahead, Adam.
Well, no, I never read the comments while we're doing these videos, and I just happen to be looking at the comments as you're doing the video. And somebody said that sleeping with multiple partners or sleeping with multiple men doesn't give you germs. I think just to clarify what I was trying to say.
Doesn't?
So I don't get my head ripped off after this, because Sharrell, you have an army behind you. You have people who love you.
And they will, in my mind,
they will rip my head off.
Well,
I think just my only thing is yes, you do. You do get germs, and you can get STDs, and you can get all of that. It's a very real. It's the whole reason you don't have multiple partners.
If you do it carefully, if you use protection and all of that, maybe that's
just it. Have all the fun you want. Just protect yourself. That's all.
What were we gonna say, Rich Andrew?
Change the sheets. Change the sheets. Do everybody a favor and change the sheets.
Listen, this is going to get good. I think that having Rich Andrew in Potomac is a huge asset. He knows everything. Hello. I mean, he's right around the corner. If you hear anything, please, Rich Andrew, bring it back. I totally agree with the information you brought back today. I absolutely think Michael Darby cheats on every weekend on Ashley, and I think she knows.
And also, and I think having Up and Adam in LA is a big access. Also,
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
How about that?
Adam is
Thanks,
a huge asset. Thank you so much for being on my show, Adam.
What about Broke Perry in Vegas?
Having Broke Perry, you guys are all amazing. You're all amazing because
Yep.
you get information to me really, really quick. But I'm loving this season. What do you guys think?
Well,
It's
I like
better
it.
than any other thing else on Bravo.
No, I didn't like. I'll be honest. I didn't love last night's episode. I'm waiting for some extra drama, and I do hate that poor Michael Darby. He is the main story. It's just like Brandy carried the whole season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on her back this year. Michael Darby always carries the season on his back, and he's not
this
a housewife.
storyline isn't going anywhere. But it's been the same storyline for the last 6 years. It's always something Michael's doing.
Yeah,
All right, you guys, let's do last words. Rich Andrew, what are your last words?
Change the sheets. I said it once before, just a couple seconds ago. Change the sheets.
Perry, what are your last words?
Hey, I'm gonna go with Andrew and say, just make sure you wrap it up.
Adam, what are your last words?
God, I nothing. Just don't touch people. It's not even because of COVID. It's just germs are real and people are gross. Just don't touch people. Just touch yourself.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, just
Okay, you guys, my last words was I'm really loving Potomac. Last night was kind of slow, but this is building up to something really, really huge. I really, really like it. Thank you guys for joining the chat. I really appreciate it. All of the super chats. Thank you so much for the super chats. I reserved that to the end because this conversation was really interesting for me and I really got caught up. So I want to thank you guys for any super chats that I got. You guys don't have to give. And so I really do appreciate it. Me and Adam and all the gang will all be back on Thursday. And I think it's part 2, right, guys, of Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills.
They're gonna also just for you who the people who don't know, they're dropping the Salt Lake City trailer during the part 2 reunion.
Yeah,
that's good. That's going to be good. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate it. On 3, let's say bye, guys. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.